Step Your Game Up TV. We in the building. We here with Twist FM3. Go ahead and break that down, man.
Yeah, you already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Up the Game. We out here. It's Twist FM3. FM3 stands for family, money, music, muscle, you know, in that order. As always, I'm repping my gang. Piece of the solution. If you ain't a piece of the solution, you a part of the problem. You heard?
That's what it is. That's what it is. And where you from, man? Like, just let us know where you coming out of.
I'm coming out of North Country, New York.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I say North Country, New York, because, you know, they say upstate, they talking about Albany, the capital. I'm up by the Canadian border. You know, I'm way up at the top. I grew up on a farm. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on a dairy farm, but my father and my grandfather, they grew up in New York. You know, they migrated somewhere in the 80s. And that's kind of where I get my hip-hop roots from. My grandfather was a rapper. My father was a battle rapper. So even though I grew up on the countryside, the house was full of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? And I really developed a passion and a love for like crafting the rhymes, flipping the words. And I've been doing it for, 13 years now.
Oh, that's what it is, man. And just like, what are some of your influences, like, when it comes to music?
Aside from my own family's just love for music, it's like I came up listening to that early 2000s hip hop. You know, like back then Eminem ran the game. So you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, that's where I get my like love for that intricate lyrical stuff from. Yeah. You know, 50 of course, DMX, you know, R.I.P., huge influence. I think the first rapper I ever heard was Pac. Then, you know, obviously the whole Biggie era. Cool G rap was a big influence of mine. He was one of, like, in my opinion, one of the illest lyricists, you know, of all time. But you know what I'm saying, you don't always hear him in the top.
He was ahead of his time. Yeah, bro.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Well, he was ahead.
Talk about it.
Nobody was spitting like that.
Nobody was spitting like that. I'm like, I feel like a lot of times he get left off of the top five. He get left off the top five. We talking bars.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
At that time.
Yeah. Another thing is like when the Twist FM3, like I said, FM3, that's family, money, music, muscle. But the Twist, when I started rapping, I was a battle rapper. I was doing my pops did. We used to just freestyle battle rap at they had these teen nightclubs in my area. Okay. And I was going by Canal Twist. And my joint would be like, you know, I'd start every single battle the same way. I'd be like, my name Canal Twist, can y'all twist? Nobody twist words like Canal Twist. You know what I'm saying? And I broke that down because I was a big Cannabis fan. I was a huge fan of Cannabis, and I loved when he did Can I Bust? Yes, you can. You know what I'm saying? It was Cannabis, but he broke his name down into a bar. So I designed my original name to do that. It was Canal Twist, Can Y'all Twist? Because I would be challenging my opponent. When I switched over to starting to actually release music and I started putting out little EPs and different singles, nobody could spell my name right. So I dropped it to just the K, the Twist, and the FM3 to be able to survive in the Google era. I was still repping the FM3 as a brand, but putting it in with my name, Twist FM3, things exploded because they were able to search for me and they were able to find me. It became, you know, nobody else has a name like that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's Twist. Don't forget the FM3.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And if you had to, when you first came out, I said, something in my heart telling me you a wordsmith. Like,
that's the energy.
If you had to explain your style, like what would you say in a few words?
If you were to explain my style, I would say it's like a preacher that want to rip your head off. You feel me? A preacher, you know how they project everything they saying, you know what I'm saying? Come forth the Lord. I try to bring that same call upon my spirit when I spit the bars. You feel me? They call me Mr. Breadwinner, holy man but born sinner. I came up off glasses of milk and cold dinners. My hands been putting in work, I pulled splinters. Summertime precious, I've been through some cold winters, but I'm still here. Got taxes and bills here. Trouble round every corner, I steered clear. The family comes first, the hate's in the rear mirror. You feel me?
Okay, I got you.
You feel me? So that's where I would say, it's like a preacher that want to rip your head off. But at the same time, I can get into different things. I also on the side, aside from doing the rap, and I write jingles. I'm an award-winning songwriter.
Oh, okay.
You know, nothing mainstream, but like I wrote jingles for some health institutions and a few other charity events that, you know, I did very well. And, you know, brought me some success and things like that. Because it's all about the pen game.
Exactly.
It's all about the pen game. Yeah.
And just, what has like, performing for mental health awareness and suicide prevention clause, like what does that mean for you?
It's like, as hurtful as it is to say, you know, because you don't like to go into them dark places, but I've lost too many friends. I've lost family.
Yeah.
I've lost first cousins, best friends, you know, to mental health.
Yeah.
You know, in one way or another, whether it be suicide or just, you know, undiagnosed illness that got out of hand. You know, and then, you know, so getting into that and always having like in my heart wanting to be a part of that, right? And always wanting to do the most. Even before I was with Full Blast and the Tour for Life, I was always taking part in different charities I could see, donating when I could. So when the opportunity came across, like I already told you how passionate I am about the rapping. Yeah. So when I seen the opportunity to do what I love and also put on for a great cause like the Tour for Life, it just made sense to me. It was like, you know, finding a pocket that I fit perfectly into. Because, you know what I'm saying, it brought two things I'm very passionate about together.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And just in closing, man, just shout any social medias, any way people could follow you, you know, keep up with your movement.
I got you, bro. Hey, you want to find me? Look up Twist FM3. Don't forget the FM3. You can also find me anywhere at Piece of the Solution. That's POTS. If you ain't a piece of the solution, you a part of the problem. You heard?
That's what it is. Step your game up, Twist. We out of here.
Let's go.
Step your game.